Everyday English listening. Let's listen to English every day because it helps us improve our listening skills, understand pronunciation better, learn new vocabulary, and become more confident in real conversations. Keep practicing. Where will the future go if we don't start building today? The future is not a destination we simply arrive at. It is a journey we shape, moment by moment, through the decisions we make, the actions we take, and the values we uphold. If we imagine the future as a building, then today is the foundation. Without a solid foundation, no structure can stand strong. This brings us to an essential and urgent question. Where will the future go if we don't start building today? The answer to that question holds both warning and wisdom. If we fail to act today, if we ignore our responsibilities, overlook opportunities, and postpone essential work, we risk creating a future filled with regret, instability, and missed potential. On the other hand, by choosing to build with purpose now, we can shape a future that reflects our highest hopes. The danger of waiting too long. It's easy to delay. Many people believe they'll have more time later to do what matters: study harder, start exercising, learn a new skill, save money, or care for the planet. But this thinking is risky. The future doesn't pause while we procrastinate. It keeps moving. And every day we delay is a day we lose. When we fail to start building now, we invite problems to grow. Students who don't study today may struggle with limited career options later. People who ignore their health today may face preventable illnesses in the future. Communities that don't prepare for climate change today may suffer major consequences tomorrow. Nations that delay investing in innovation or education may fall behind in a fast-changing world. The cost of waiting is real and often irreversible. A future shaped by others, not ourselves. When we fail to build our own future, we risk letting others shape it for us. This can lead to a future that doesn't reflect our values or dreams. If we are not involved in building strong communities, who will? If we are not working to protect human rights, who might take those rights away? If we do not lead with courage, compassion, and wisdom, we might be led by fear, division, or greed. A future shaped without our voices may lack fairness, opportunity, and peace. Inaction leaves a vacuum, and that vacuum will be filled by forces that may not have our best interests in mind. Environmental consequences. One of the most urgent examples of what happens when we fail to build responsibly is the environmental crisis. The signs are clear: rising temperatures, extreme weather, vanishing forests, polluted oceans, and disappearing wildlife. These are not just future risks, they are current realities. If we continue to delay action, if we ignore the call to reduce emissions, conserve resources, and shift to renewable energy, we will create a future that is increasingly unlivable. Water shortages, food insecurity, and forced migration could become widespread. We cannot afford to keep saying, "We'll fix it tomorrow." The planet needs us to act today. Lost opportunities for growth building. The future means preparing ourselves, mentally, emotionally, and professionally, for what lies ahead. But when we don't invest in our personal growth, we limit the future's possibilities. Imagine a world where people stop learning. Innovation would slow down, creativity would fade, problems would go unsolved. The future would become a place of stagnation, not advancement. Personal development, whether through education, skill building, reflection, or healthy habits, is a form of construction. Each book we read, lesson we learn, and challenge we overcome strengthens the structure of tomorrow. Without that, the future becomes weaker, not stronger. Communities that fall behind. A future without effort today can lead to broken communities. When people stop caring, stop connecting, or stop helping one another, society becomes fragile. Division replaces unity. Distrust grows. Inequality deepens. Strong communities don't happen by accident. They are built with kindness, cooperation, fairness, and shared responsibility. If we don't nurture these values today, tomorrow's communities may suffer from violence, loneliness, and injustice. Just like a house that needs maintenance, our social fabric needs constant care. Otherwise, it begins to fall apart. The power of action. Today. Now that we've explored the risks of not building today, let's shift to what's possible when we do act now. Taking action, no matter how small, sends a message to the future. We are ready. When we begin building today, a student becomes a skilled worker, a neighbor becomes a community leader, a small idea becomes a major invention, a single voice inspires a movement. It's important to remember, we don't have to do everything at once. Change doesn't come from giant steps, it comes from consistent, committed ones. What building today looks like. Building the future doesn't always require money or power. Often, it simply requires intention. Here's what it can look like. Choosing to study for an hour each day instead of watching TV, planting trees or organizing a cleanup in your neighborhood, teaching your children empathy, honesty, and perseverance, voting for leaders who care about the long term, supporting innovations in technology, sustainability, or education, having courageous conversations about justice, equality, or mental health. These choices add up. They create momentum. They send ripples through families, schools, workplaces, and nations. A message to the next generation. What kind of future do we want to pass on to our children and grandchildren? One that is broken and full of regrets, or one that is thoughtful, safe, and inspiring? Every generation builds the world that the next inherits. If we don't act today, we leave them with the burden of fixing what we ignored. But if we build wisely, they will thank us for the pathways we paved. Let us not be remembered as the people who waited too long. Let us be remembered as the ones who acted while there was still time. The time is now. So, where will the future go if we don't start building today? It may go into uncertainty, shaped by chance rather than choice. It may fall into decline, filled with challenges we didn't face in time. It may drift away from our hopes, led by those who didn't share our values. But we can change that. The future doesn't belong to someday. It belongs to today. It belongs to the person who decides to rise early and get to work. It belongs to the leader who says, let's plan ahead. It belongs to the student who asks questions, the parent who teaches values, the worker who learns a new skill, and the citizen who takes action. The future is not a mystery. It is a reflection of what we do now. Why learning is the smartest investment. Most people associate investment with money, real estate, or business ventures. But before any of those can succeed, there must be a capable person behind them, a person with knowledge, discipline, and vision. That person is you. Learning is the foundation of personal growth. It gives you the power to understand the world more deeply, make better decisions, earn more in your career, solve problems creatively, stay relevant in a changing society. Unlike a car or a phone that loses value over time, learning only grows in value. The more you learn, the more you can apply that knowledge to improve your life and the lives of others. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Start learning today. In a world full of uncertainty, fast changes, and increasing competition, one thing remains absolutely true. The best investment you can ever make is in yourself. Whether you're a student, a worker, an entrepreneur, or simply someone hoping for a better life, learning is the key that unlocks countless doors. Unlike material possessions that fade with time, the knowledge and skills you develop stay with you for life. When you invest in learning today, you're not just preparing for tomorrow, you're shaping it. You're building a future of confidence, competence, and opportunity. This essay will explore why self-investment through learning is so powerful, what it looks like in real life, and how to begin, no matter where you are right now. Confidence comes from knowledge. Have you ever felt nervous in a new situation because you didn't know what to do? That fear often comes from a lack of knowledge. The more you know, the more confident you become. Imagine giving a speech. If you've never studied public speaking, you might be terrified. But if you've practiced, read tips, and studied great speakers, you'll feel prepared. Confidence is not something you're born with. It's something you build through learning and experience. When you invest in learning, you're building the foundation of self-trust. You start believing in yourself because you've done the work. Learning keeps you relevant. In today's fast-paced world, technology and industries are changing at lightning speed. Skills that were valuable 5 years ago may not be enough today. That's why continuous learning is essential. People who stop learning fall behind. Those who keep learning move ahead. If you want to stay competitive in your career or even switch to a better one, you need to keep building new skills. Whether it's improving your English, learning coding, understanding business, or developing emotional intelligence, each new skill adds value to your personal toolbox. Lifelong learners don't just survive change, they lead it. Learning builds character and resilience. When you invest time and effort into learning, you develop more than just new skills. You build character. Learning requires patience, discipline, and humility. It teaches you how to deal with failure, frustration, and discomfort. These experiences make you stronger. Think about a child learning how to walk. They fall down many times, but they don't give up. They get back up and try again. Adults are the same. We grow through struggle. When you keep learning, you develop the resilience to face bigger challenges in life. Every book you read, every skill you practice, and every obstacle you overcome builds the foundation for a stronger you. Start today, not tomorrow. It's easy to say, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I'm too busy right now." But the truth is, there will never be a perfect time. The best time to start learning is always now. You don't need to wait until you have more money, more energy, or more time. You just need to begin. Start with 10 minutes a day. Start with one small course or one short book. Over time, your efforts will grow, and so will your knowledge. Learning is not about perfection. It's about progress. Real-life examples of self-investment. A student who couldn't speak English fluently starts watching English videos for 30 minutes a day. After 6 months, they speak confidently and earn a scholarship. A factory worker begins reading about business in their free time. 5 years later, they open their own small company. A young woman learns about personal finance through free online courses. She starts saving and investing. 10 years later, she buys a home and helps her family. None of these people started out with everything. What they had was the will to learn and the discipline to follow through. The future belongs to the learners. We often ask, what will the future look like? The better question is, what kind of person do I need to become to succeed in the future? The answer is simple. Someone who never stops learning. The world is changing fast, and nobody knows what the future holds. But the one thing we can control is how prepared we are. The more you learn today, the more options you'll have tomorrow. Whether it's getting a better job, building a business, traveling the world, or helping others, your ability to succeed depends on the time and effort you invest in yourself. Conclusion: be your own greatest investment. You are your greatest asset. Your mind, your abilities, your health, and your dreams all depend on what you choose to do today. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for someone to do it for you. Start investing in yourself. Start learning. Start now. In 5 years, you'll thank yourself for the seeds you planted today. In 10 years, you may look back and realize that learning was the turning point that changed everything. The best investment you can make is not in stocks, gold, or property. It's in you.